Hello, this is Amrith here. Today we are going to see Cambridge IGCSE Chapter 10 Transport in Animals, question paper 1 from Save My Exams. So, let's get into the video. Figure 1.1 shows the human heart and the main blood vessel. The functions of the parts of the heart and some of the blood vessel are given in table 1.1. Structure that separates oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So the letter on figure 1.1 is F and the name is septum. Septum is a muscular wall which separates oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, and it prevents mixing the blood. Structure that prevents backflow of blood from ventricle to atrium. The letter on figure 1.1 is D and the name is bicuspid valve. Next question. The blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood. The letter on figure 1.1 is A and the name is aorta. Blood vessel which carries away from the heart is also known as aorta. Blood vessel that carries deoxygenated blood. The letter on figure 1.1 is B and the name is pulmonary artery. Next question. Structure that prevents backflow of blood from pulmonary artery to right ventricle. The letter on figure 1.1 is K and the name is semilunar valve. Chamber of heart that contains oxygenated blood. So the letter on figure 1.1 is C and E. The name is left atrium and left ventricle. C is left atrium and E is left ventricle. Chamber of the heart that contains deoxygenated blood. So the letter on figure 1.1 is J and G and the name is right atrium and right ventricle. J is right atrium and G is right ventricle. A group of students used a heart monitor to record the pulse rate of an athlete during a 5,000 meter race. The recording started just before the race began and ended just after it had finished, as shown in figure 1.2. So figure 1.2 is a graph, and the question is, use data from figure 1.2 to describe the effect of exercise on the pulse rate of the athlete. So the answer what I wrote is the pulse rate in the graph increases and remains constant. So at the start of the race, the graph suddenly increases the heartbeat and it remains constant. Next, sometimes is an immediate increase in pulse rate. Question number 1B2. Explain the change in pulse rate between 2 minutes and 3 minutes after the recording started. So the answer is, adrenaline stimulates to increase the pulse rate and the heart beats faster. So when the heart beats faster, the rate of aerobic respiration increases, so as well as the removal of carbon dioxide will also increase, and there will be a vasodilation in muscle. All mammals have double circulatory system. Figure 1.1 shows the part of human double circulatory system. So the question number 2A, name the muscular wall that separates left and right side of the human heart. So the answer is septum. Septum is a muscular wall which separates right side and left side of the human heart. Question number 2B1, describe what is meant by the term double circulation. So the answer is, blood flows through the heart twice for one complete circulation. Question number 2B2, state one advantage of a double circulation. So the answer is, it prevents mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, and animals has high metabolic rates. Table 1.1 describes some of the structures of the human circulatory system shown in figure 1.1. Heart chamber with the thickest muscular wall. So the name of the structure is left ventricle. The letter on figure 1.1 is C. Blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood to the heart. So the name of the structure is pulmonary vein, and the letter on figure 1.1 is K. Blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood away from the heart. Name of the structure is aorta, and the letter on figure 1.1 is P. Blood vessel that carries blood away from the kidneys, which is the name of the structure is renal vein, and the letter on figure 1.1 is M. Blood vessel that with the largest lumen, so it is vena cava, and the letter is N. Describe how blood is transported from vena cava to the lungs. You may use the letters on figure 1.1. The answer is blood enters from vena cava to the right atrium. That means vena cava is H and right atrium is J. So the blood moves from H to J, and from right atrium it passes through the right ventricle. The right ventricle contracts and the blood passes through the pulmonary artery, and from pulmonary artery it passes to lungs. Doctors recommend that a healthy diet can reduce a risk of CHD. Give one other lifestyle improvement patients can make that they can reduce a risk of CHD. So the answer is by doing a lot of exercise can reduce a risk of CHD.